Hello, welcome back from Core Mobility Fitness. This is Pam, and we're going to just take you through some mat work. Some of the work is going to be a little bit more beginner, and then we're going to work into some intermediate work as well. Knees and feet are going to be right together. She's going to start with knee sways to open up her sacrum. So all she's going to do is inhale, tip the knees over to one side. The opposite hip will come up, and on her exhale, the knees are going to be brought back to center. And then inhale, the knees will go over. And exhale, coming back to center. The shoulder blades want to remain on the mat, and you're pressing down through the arms. So the upper body is active, shoulder stabilization, and the triceps all the way down through the fingertips. And exhale, center, and one more here. She's going to inhale, go over, and then exhale, come back to center. Now, she's going to keep the abdominals, the space between the pubic bone and the belly button. She wants to feel like it draws in, down towards the mat, slightly up. Her ribs are going to try to stay stacked over or to the hips. She's going to bring her right leg up to table, and then her left leg up to table, and she's going to stay here for a second. She's going to place her hands on the front of her knees or front of the thighs, and she's going to take a big inhale, and on an exhale, press the hand and the knees into each other. She's going to exhale for a count of 5. It seems like she's not doing anything, but there's a lot of work being pressured down in through the abdominals. So big inhale into her sides and back, and on an exhale, she's going to press her hands into the legs. The abdominals drive down. If you're kind of looking down into the abdominals, you should see them drive down and flat. Big inhale. And exhale, she's going to press the hands into the knees. The shoulder blades are going down. Belly's drawing down. And then release. Now she's going to take her hands behind her thighs. She's going to curl the head and shoulders up. If you cannot curl your head and shoulders up because your neck hurts, keep it down on the mat, or you can put a small pillow underneath your head. The elbows are going to open out wide to the side. She's going to take a big inhale, and on an exhale, she's going to press her legs forward into her hands. So the legs are driving this way into the hands, and again, she's going to feel this drive down through those abdominals for 5 counts, and then inhale, a small release, and then an exhale, she's going to press the legs into the hands while the abdominals drive down. And she'll do one more, inhale, and then exhale, press the legs into the hands, the abdominals drive down. She's going to stay here. Stretch the knees to her challenge point, squeeze the bum, and reach those arms out at her side. She's getting ready for the hundreds. So she's bending her spine up into the belly, reaching out really nice and long. She's going to pump those arms. That's for circulation. She's going to inhale into her back for 5 counts, and then exhale all the air out for 5 counts. We're trying to keep this picture the same. So the head's not going to drop down. Shoulders aren't going to drop down. Legs don't drop down. The abdominals are holding the legs and the upper body. If while you're doing this, you start to feel anything in your back, anything into the neck, you can take the legs higher, you can drop the head down, you can bend the knees a little bit, but all the work should stay in the core. She's going to inhale for 5 and exhale for 5. You're going for 10 breaths total with that. So, well, basically 100 breaths, inhaling for 5, exhaling for 5, and repeating that 10 times. And then one more. And then curling up a little bit more, reach, 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 and then relaxing everything down. Okay, so she's going to sit on up for a second. We're going to go into half roll backs first. So knees and feet are going to bend. Knees are right together. Arms are going to reach straight out in front of her. So she's going to take a big inhale here. We're working on articulation and, again, lower abdominal strength. She's going to inhale and curl her body back about halfway. She's going to pause, and then exhale and pull the belly back and slowly come back up. She's going to take a big inhale to scoop into the lower abdominals, articulate the spine about halfway, and then curl into that center and come right back up. The aim is to keep your shoulders out of it. Again, all of the work is from the core, letting that spine articulate down and articulate up. And again, if this is too challenging for you, you can take your hands behind your thighs. You can take it on the side of your thighs. You can put your feet underneath your couch and exhale and come all the way up. Now she's going to start to go into full roll-up. So the legs will be straight. She's going to first get a nice big stretch. So the arms are going to stay parallel to the legs as she drops her head through her arms. She's going to stretch forward as far as she can, lifting the abdominals off her legs. On her inhale, she's going to roll back one bone at a time, dropping her shoulders down, getting everything to roll down one bone at a time. She's going to reach those arms all the way over behind her head, keeping the ribs drawing down, and she inhales to bring the arms up. Exhale, bend her spine, and she's going to curl all the way up and stretch all the way over the feet, letting the head dangle between the arms. And then she's going to inhale to roll back, letting the shoulders drop, the spine articulates, and then stretching the arms overhead. Inhale, the arms come up. Exhale, she bends her spine, curls up, and stretches all the way over those feet. She's going to do one more. Inhale to Reach those arms nice and overhead, keeping the ribs down, and then coming all the way up. And curling, looking into the center and stretching all the way down. On the last one, you can flex your feet, grab your toes, bend the elbows out to the side, and try to let their head totally relax down and get an extra big stretch. Then she's going to lie all the way back on the mat. And we're going to go into single leg circles. It's good for the stretch of the hamstring, so she's going to bring her right leg up. Great for the stretch of the hamstring, great for stability in the pelvis. If this position, if you cannot get your leg to a 90-degree angle, you can bend this bottom leg as much as you need so this thigh bone can sit comfortably at a 90-degree position without any tension in the lower back. So the top leg is going to turn out slightly. This leg is going to stretch out as long as she can make it go, and abdominals are drawing down. Again, use your arms. Press your arms down into the mat. Feel the chest open. She's going to cross to that opposite shoulder, circle the leg all the way around, and come to center and pause. So her inhale lifts that leg up and around. Your exhale brings it all the way to center. Inhale, she circles. Exhale to come to center. Her big exhale is going to bring her center. 2 more. And then she's going to reverse it. And she's going to open to about her shoulder width. Drive down towards the other foot, cross to the opposite shoulder, and center. So again, you're working on pelvic stability. So you don't have to start with a big circle. You can start with as small a circle as you need so that the hips aren't moving around a lot, the shoulders aren't moving around a lot, and you keep the work in the abdominals. You're going to feel that stretch through your hamstring. You're going to get a little bit of a stretch to the top of that left thigh. And then 1 more. And then this leg is going to lower down, and she's going to bring the other leg up and turn out slightly. The reason you have it slightly turned out is we're trying to basically screw the femur bone into the joint of the pelvis. So we're kind of anchoring it down so that everything can stay stable. So we're going to inhale, cross. She's going to circle and bring it up to center. And she's going to take 5 in one direction. And then reverse it. Good. She's going to lower that leg down and then roll herself up to a seated position. And we're going to roll like a ball. So she's going to sit her hips forward, bend your knees, and hold underneath the thighs. Now, she's going to hold underneath her thighs today. You can hold the ankles. The idea with rolling like a ball is she's going to lift her feet. You're making a ball position with your entire body, so your head's going to drop in between your knees. The heels stay together, the belly pulls in, and the armpits are opened out to the side or elbows. Your goal is to keep the space between your thighs and your chest the exact same as you roll. So you're going to inhale, curl back, lift your hips up, and come right back up and balance. Good. We're trying not to let that dance happen in the lower back. It's a lot easier said than done. The lower abdominals are scooping in. We're keeping a nice scoop through the lower abs, and as you continue to go, you'll get a little bit better hang of it so you can stay stable. The more challenging place to be is to hold onto the ankles and make it an even smaller ball. And we're going to keep going. We're going to do 2 more. Inhale back and exhale to come up. And then last one, inhale to roll back and exhale to come up. She's going to scoot herself forward just a little bit on the mat so she doesn't run into anything and lie all the way down. So on the abdominal series, we're just going to take the first one and the last one today. Then we're going to take single leg stretch and crisscross. So on single leg stretch, she's going to pull that right knee into her chest, holding on top of the shin. She's going to curl the head and the shoulders up, looking right into the belly. Elbows are going to open up wide. Now, if your hands, there are a couple of hand positions. You can take them stacked right on top of each other, or you can take the outside hand really long to add a coordination challenge. So the other leg is going to float up, and the abdominals are driving down and up through the front of the spine. She's going to inhale, switch, and pull the other knee into her chest, and then switch and pull the other knee in. Now, as you're going, if you're thinking about adding this hand position, you actually want to try to switch your hands. Yeah. There you go. And get that outside hand to the outside of the ankle each time. And the reason for that is that keeps that knee stable in the center line of your body. If your hands are switched, then that knee can turn out and go into a whole different situation. And then take both hands behind your head, both knees pull into your chest, bend your spine and curl up right into the belly. Elbows are going to try to stay behind your ears. You're going to twist in a crisscross. So it's a little bit like a bicycle, but she's going to twist. She's gonna hold one side for 3 counts. So holding here, your goal is to get in a straight line. So she's gonna lift that armpit all the way up into the inside of this knee, and then she's gonna switch. And she's gonna look up into this shin. Ideally, if you could get your armpit to look right in the center of the shin, it'd be awesome. And then you're gonna switch and hold. Now she's gonna try to take her eyes behind her when she twists. So rotating back to me, eyes look behind her. We're gonna try to get both shoulder blades up, and then she's gonna relax down in the center and pull both knees into her chest. And then coming all the way up, rocking to a seated position. We're gonna take the feet to the corners of the mat. Legs are gonna straighten. We're gonna do a couple stretches here. So the arms are gonna stretch straight up to the sky. She wants to think of her waist getting super narrow and lifting all the way up to the sky. And then draw her chin to the chest. She's gonna roll down one bone at a time. Belly's pulling back, the shoulders are gonna relax, and she's gonna stretch that spine and her legs. And on her inhale, she's gonna roll back up. She's gonna go ahead and reach the sky. It just gets a little bit extra stretch through the sides of the body, up through the arms. And then exhale, she's gonna draw her chin to the chest and curl all the way down, stretching nice and long. And then on the inhale, pull the tummy in. She's gonna roll back up and stretch up tall. And she's gonna do one more here. Exhaling to curl down. And then inhaling, rolling back up and stretching up to the sky. You can take anywhere from 3 to 8 of them, just making sure you get that stretch and focus in each one. Arms are gonna open out to the side. Palms are gonna go down. She's gonna work into saw, which is a nice rotation. Again, a stretch for the spine. She's gonna inhale and twist to one direction. And then as she stretches down, her head's gonna look behind her. And she wants to lift through the belly and rotate her spine, like she's gonna put her ribs on the opposite leg. On her inhale, she's gonna come up. She's gonna twist the other direction and then saw off her other foot. And a big inhale brings her up. She twists the other way. She's gonna drop this back arm ever so slightly as she twists just to protect the shoulder. Open it up. And then lift it up tall. Big inhale, twist. And exhale and saw off the other toe. And then she's gonna flip and lie on her belly for a second. So taking just a couple of extension exercises. The first one is swan prep. She's gonna stack her hands and put her forehead on her hands. She's gonna squeeze the legs together. And on her inhale, she's gonna lift the hands, the head, and the elbows right up off the mat. Belly's pulling in. You're in this nice long line. You're gonna feel everything engage and then float back down. And again, she's gonna inhale, lift everything up. Belly lifts, ribs lift. Things are stretching out in 2 directions. And then she's floating back down. And she's gonna do 2 more. Inhaling to lift. And exhaling and down. And then 1 more. Inhaling to lift. And then floating back down. Then she's gonna take those arms straight out in front of her. Reaching out nice and long through her fingers and her toes. She wants to lift everything off the mat. So feel like someone has you on 2 ends and they're pulling you in 2 directions. The belly's lifting up. You should feel everything through the backside engage, and she's gonna swim. So her right arm and left leg is gonna come up, and then she switches. As you're going into your swimming, you can go as small or as big as you want, or as fast as slow as you want. You can vary it up and just see how you go. You wanna think of the arms and legs going straight up and down and not rotating side to side through your pelvis and torso. And then she's gonna sit back on her heels, go into a little bit of a child's pose, and let her head hang, and let her tailbone curl underneath her to try to sit her tailbone on her heels and let everything stretch. And then just a little extra stretch to the shoulder blades. If you flip your palms up to the ceiling and try to get your thumbs down, you're gonna feel an extra stretch right around through the shoulder blades. And then to add an additional stretch through the sides, we can take both hands over to one side of the mat, and you're gonna lengthen as far as you can. You're gonna feel that stretch kind of through the armpit all the way down to the waist on the one side. And then she'll take her hands to the other side. And on this side, same thing. You're gonna feel that stretch all the way down through the waist. So we're gonna take one more exercise in this sequence. It's called the side leg series. She's gonna lie on her side. And your head position can be either all the way down. You can prop a pillow underneath your head. You can put your hand underneath your head. There's also more advanced ways to set yourself up. So this right hand is gonna come right down in front of your abdominals. She's gonna look straight ahead. Now, when you're here, you're gonna try to stay in a straight line from the head to the hips. You're working to keep the stability through your torso. The leg is gonna act like a pendulum. So we're just gonna do the forward and back. The leg lifts up hip height. She's gonna inhale, bring that leg forward towards her nose, and then bring the leg back, squeezing in the hamstring and the glutes. Inhale, the leg's gonna come forward, activating through the belly, and then bringing that leg back, squeezing hamstrings and the glutes. Inhaling to come front and exhaling to come back. When you're here, you should feel the waist working. And as you get stronger through these exercises, there's a variety of ways to hold your upper body so that you're working the waist even more. And 3 more. And then 1 more time. And then the legs are going to come together. And she's going to lift that leg straight up to the ceiling on 1. And then exhale and lower that leg right back down. So lifting it up and then lowering it back down. And you'll know if you fly that leg up a little too aggressively because the bottom hip will come up, or you may flip backwards. And then do 2 more. And then last one here, she's going to take 5 circles each direction. This leg is reaching out really long, and she'll circle it around 5 times, again, keeping those hips stacked, those abdominals pulled in, and she should feel the outside of that hip. And then she'll reverse it. Good. And then she's going to flip and do the other side, which you guys can do at home. Thank you for joining us.